What's going on, guys? It's your boy Slim back here in the Misfit Garage, Urban Misfit Podcast. Thanks for tuning in. If you guys haven't already, subscribe to the channel. Hit that notification bell to know when I drop new content. Hit that like button if you like this video. Okay, so I thought to do this video just to help bring awareness more or less to people who want to start coming out to the rideouts or people who already come currently. Just to spread the awareness in hopes to help the people who are hosting these rideouts in the cities that have them active all the time, weekly, monthly, what have you. Because once you get to the rideout, the meetup, there's a lot of excitement, there's a lot of build up, and people just want to go. You know what I mean? So there's not a lot of listening going on. Shut up! Especially with the younger crowd. So, anyways, I want to do this video, what not to do on a rideout, just to help you guys, help the people throwing the rideouts and make you guys more aware that are new to it. So, first off, if you have or haven't been to a rideout, typically at the beginning, like right before the ride's about to get started, somebody who's hosting the ride gets up, usually talks real loud.
Who's coming, man? Who's coming with me?
Has a megaphone or something to try and tell you the rules and the get down and what they expect from everybody on the ride. You know, be safe, have fun, all that. So, my first thing is, if you show up to the ride and you see somebody up there starting to spit out the rules, just pay attention. Like, listen for a minute, because they're trying to have the rides continue in their city, and what they're trying to tell you the rules to follow are the rules that keep them going. So, you know, show them the respect, listen to what they have to say, follow the rules, and have fun. And the big thing is, like, where I see a lot of, like, mishaps go on is when people aren't from that city. So, my thing is with that is, if you're not from that city, you're a guest there, riding as a guest in their city. So, treat it as such, because I doubt you'd show up to a guest's house with a relative or a friend and just tear shit up. But I doubt most of you would have that tendency. So don't do that shit at the rideouts when you're riding out of town, because for you, you're in and out and you cause havoc or whatever and you dip and you're out. You don't have to, worry about nothing. The people who are hosting the ride, however, who want to keep the rides continuing, they got to deal with that flack and fallout and the bad optics of whatever happened.
Boo! You suck!
You know what I mean? So, for them, it really sucks because they were trying to put on something in a positive light for bikes to bring people together and have fun. And now here they are cleaning up somebody else's mess that doesn't even live there or even a part of the little crew that they got or whatever. So, listen to the ride leaders. Pay attention, show some respect, especially if you're from out of town. Don't raise hell. Follow the pack leader. Stay behind them. They're there to keep the pace of the ride. Typically, if they've been doing the rides a lot, they know the bigger the ride, what the pace needs to change, and all that. So, even if you think you know where we're going, don't go in front of them. Because you might know the route, but who's to say that the person leading the ride doesn't just go a different turn real quick just because? Because I've seen it happen where people aren't listening and they keep trying to go in front of the ride leader, and the ride leader just takes a different turn, bink, dips out, and then they're lost, you know what I mean? And it's like they were causing issues up front, so, you know what I mean? They have to, like, double back and end up in the back of the pack and shit like that. So just stay behind them. It makes it a lot less stressful for the people hosting the ride. They're just trying to enjoy the ride, too. You know what I mean? They get people up there heckling them to go faster and shit. And, like, they're there to do their job. Don't mess with them. So, that's really to relieve, like, stress and bring a little awareness and help people to listen in a little bit better on what they should be doing when they show up to a ride out in anybody's city. And, yeah. Just have fun, man. Listen. So, that's, like, the stuff I wanted to bring up for the people hosting the ride. The safety aspects now, big thing. this kind of goes along with keeping the rides going too, because the main thing, like, dude, just keep it to the right and don't swerve oncoming traffic. Like, stay out of the oncoming lane. As long as you do that, like, the cop presence isn't typically going to show up. They may not show up at all. Like, typically, if you just stay out of the left lane. I get it when the pack is like super duper big and it feels like you need to stretch out and it's still slowing down too much, but just keep it in the right lane, because like the police look at us as motor vehiclists or whatever, because we're on two wheels and pedal power, whatever. So we're supposed to be following the laws of the road and all that, and I know it gets a little excited, and I know at some points it seems impossible, but just don't make it, a huge point to just go into the left lane and start swerving cars and stuff because there's no room on the right. Like, it's just not going to end well. But that's like the main thing with the police. The police just don't want us in the left lane, and they want us to stop at red lights and stop signs. And that's it. That's it. It's pretty simple. Like, some cities are a little bit harsher than others, but most of them, it's just like their main complaints they get in, and it's phone calls from the people you're swerving in the oncoming lanes that are calling 12 and being like, yo, these people are out here super reckless. They almost hit my car. There's like 100 of them, And then the cops go out there thinking that there's just like some anarchy bike club on the street, and that's why they come at us all crazy, because they don't know that we're out there just trying to have a good time, have fun. So, I mean, just use common sense. It's logic. Like, you don't drive in oncoming lanes and swerve cars in a vehicle or on motorcycles, so don't do it on your bike. Because ultimately it just makes us all look bad. And number one, like, I get it. Like, when the first kids were swerving cars and buses, it was like that wow, shocking factor. But it's been done. Like, it's not impressive seeing anybody swerve a car anymore. It's been done 100 million times. Like, find something else that's cool to do. That's where I'm at with that. But it will really save the rides too, because the police, I swear, that's what gets them called mainly. Sometimes when we hold up the intersections too long and shit like that. That also. But I know the intersections can't help. But stop at the red lights, stop signs, and just follow the 3 or 4 little rules that the police really are worried about, which is just staying to the right. Don't go in the oncoming lane and stop at red lights and stop signs. That's it. If you can keep it down to that, I'm telling you, I do it all the time, and I still have hella fun at the rides. So it's not like it kills any part of the ride for me. You know what I mean? It just makes it safer, really. And at that, the rides will continue, because the less police hear about us, the less they care. And like, shout out to 6061 BMX rides, because they've been doing it out here in Sac for a long time. And dude, the police out here love the people on bikes. Like, they shout at us when they see us downtown, like, do a wheelie, like, and you don't hear that in a lot of other cities. Like, not very many at all. And I always get the peace sign thrown out. We've had people roll up behind us and start playing music through their PA system or whatever, cops. So they can be cool, you know what I mean? Not to say I like them or nothing, but if, sometimes you got to be mutual. It's got to be a mutual thing for us to both have fun and them to do their job or whatever the fuck. But, yeah, I just wanted to bring a little light to the situation on the rideout stuff. Before I forget, big safety factor. So, obviously the helmet thing, I went a long time riding with a helmet. I've been riding without one for a minute, so I don't suggest following my lead on that. I would just continue to wear the helmet. But big thing. So I know when you show up to ride out and the energy's up, you're hyped up with your boys and you're riding, you're throwing the wheel up and all that, and you want to showboat a little bit, don't do tricks that you don't know how to do already. The rideout is not the place to learn how to do new complicated tricks, and especially more so not the place to do it right up in the middle of the pack with in front of hella people. And like, I see it all the time. I see kids do it and warm out and crash, and I don't care if you crash, but like, what worries and bothers me is like when you could crash and take me down or one of my friends or their kid or something like that, you know what I mean, and get somebody hurt just because you were trying to show off and be a worm wiggle on the ground because you crashed. Don't learn new tricks at the rideout. That's like major. And if you're trying to learn something new, go to the back of the pack, bro. Like, go where nobody's at. Nobody's gonna see you worm out and look stupid, and you can crash all you want back there. Simple. But other than that, if you see people who are doing it in the pack and showing out and going hard, those people brought those skills with them. Those weren't acquired on the ride. So, and most of the people that are around them know, you know, so it's like there's even more of a comfort level there when people know that the rider's not going to hit them, you know. So that's a big one. That's a huge safety aspect. Also, if you've never been to a ride out, find the person who seems to be running it and tell them that you've never been to a ride out before. And they'll let you know what to do and know who to ride with, and you'll have a good time. Because if you show up, I can only imagine showing up to a ride out and never being before, and like it being a big one, and being totally unprepared would probably wouldn't be a fun experience. So definitely try and go with somebody you know. If not, contact whoever's running the ride and be like, yo, it's my first time here. What's up? I'm just trying to cruise. My name is, nice to meet you. Boom, boom. The whole nine. But anyways, I think that's about it. I don't remember if there's anything else I wanted to bring up. I know the worm mode. Yep, that was a big one. Yeah, dude. Show the people who are hosting the rides respect. Give them the time of day when they're trying to talk to you guys. So listen up when they're telling you the rules, because they want to continue doing the ride outs in their city, and they got a certain set of rules that they got to abide by. So show the respect, listen up, have fun, don't worm out. Shout out to everybody who hosts rides in their cities every week, every month, whatever it may be. Shout out to DZ Bike Life and Sea Breezy, actually. They're starting a Freaky Friday ride down in LA on Fridays. It's going to be like DZ and Sea Breezy are going to show up for people who want to like learn new tricks on their bike, learn how to one hand swerve and combos and all that. So they're going to teach you. So check them out. Shout out to those fools. Other than that, I think that's pretty much all I got for this here episode. If you liked the video, hit that like button, share with your friends, subscribe, hit that notification bell right next to the subscribe button. That way you guys can know when I drop new content, new live interviews, things like that. Planning on doing a giveaway here pretty soon on the channel, so stay tuned for that. Shout out your Instagram name in the comments below, and I will shout you out on our Instagram page. Pick out one of your photos on your page or something and blast you up. So thanks for tuning in. It's the Urban Misfit Podcast. Keep it street. Until next week, go ride your bike.